the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Latinos. Yeah, that's what this is. Latinos Out Loud.
Yo, 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 yo. Hello, heleros. ¿Cómo estamos? Que lo quinto. How's everybody doing out there? It's your girl, Rachel La Loca, here on Latinos Out Loud. LOL, if you like acronyms the way that I do. I'm obsessed with acronyms and shortcuts. As a mom of two, you need the acronyms and shortcuts. Ain't nobody got time to say the whole word, okay? I love this show so much, especially, you guys know I love this show. You could tell, right? Like 420 something episodes in, like, I love this. And one of the reasons why I love this so much is because I get to highlight extraordinary talent who is out there making monster moves and showing Hollywood that Latinos have stories, okay? We got stories to tell. We got characters to showcase. We got talent that's been cultivated in all the countries of Latin America, and now they're here, and she's here with me. You guys may know her from the Netflix series Griselda. Yeah, that amazing series that did oh so well. But now she's in a new Shondaland show. Yeah, shout out to Shonda Rhimes. Okay, please put your hands together. Put your vacuums down. Okay, let the Roomba do its thing for a few minutes. And please get on your feet for award-winning Colombiana Divina, Julieth Restrepo. What's up, girl?
Oh my God, what an introduction. Oh my God. I was like, who is she? I want to meet her.
It's you, boo.
Thank you so much for having me. It's surreal, honestly. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is great. I think this is a great way for me to celebrate what's been happening in my life.
That's what this is. This episode is for you. Happy early birthday. This is a celebration of you. I can't wait to just get into the trenches right now. I've been reading a lot about you. I watched the trailer for the new show. Wow. You're busy. I want to start out by saying thank you for taking the time for Latinos Out Loud.
Thank you for having me.
For your new friend Rachel here. How are you feeling? I like to kick off interviews that way, like mental health check-in. How are you feeling? How you doing, Juliette?
I had my therapy a few days ago. I feel great. My baby's in daycare. She caught a cold last week and she's feeling better, so that makes me feel better too. Now that I'm a mom, I'm like, how is she doing? Okay, she's fine. Then I'm fine. You know how it is.
Yes.
So I've been very busy promoting the show, which has been incredible. I feel so supported and loved and I don't know, like I can't even find the words. It's just like overwhelmingly great, and even like, of course I'm tired and of course I have a baby and of course like we're moms and we do it all, but I'm just like embracing every single second of what's been happening in my life right now. So I'm grateful. Yeah. That's how I feel right now.
Grateful is such a good feeling to feel.
Yeah.
Take it all in, girl. Soak it up. I always wonder, as a mom, like life was hard before being a mom, bandwidth wise. I don't know how. I don't know how I sent my kids to school this morning with underwear on. Like, I think they have underwear on. I'm not even sure. I'll let you guys know later.
Just maybe, I mean, at least one of them. Yeah, you have two, so maybe just one. And that's like, yay, you did it.
Don't you feel that sense of accomplishment when you drop her off at daycare? Like, wow, I did this. She's here. She's got clothes on. I think she's fed and nourished. And now I can go about my business today.
Whoa, it's been wild. Like, I always wanted to be a mom, but I never thought about the afterwards, like, okay, I'm pregnant, I had a great pregnancy, and then you have the baby and you're like, what's going on? Like I went through postpartum depression while I was working too, because I booked a residence, and we'll get back to that later, but I booked it when I had a newborn at home. But also that saved my life too, like I felt seen, and then I felt supported, and then I felt like I found a place for me to work, like I've been like fighting to get like new roles here in LA especially, and I got this one when I had my baby. So I felt like, okay, everything is happening at the same time, so what are we gonna do? And then I have the best husband in the world. He was so supportive. He's been very supportive. So you can do it alone. You can't. I think I have a great community, my husband, my family, my friends, of course, and then Shondaland. And it was like, so right at the beginning of me having a baby and working, felt like, okay, I just gotta figure this out.
Thank you.
It's been 2 years since I had the baby. I'm so sorry. No, it's been 2 years since I
No,
had the
keep
baby,
going.
and now I feel like I understand this a little bit better, like in a better way. I'm still learning, of course, but I'm in awe with all the women and moms in the world because I sometimes I just don't know how we do it, but we always bring it. We always do it, and that's very empowering.
I just want to say thank you for sharing that with us here about your postpartum.
Yeah,
I've become such an advocate for not only women's reproductive rights, but postpartum.
same.
I also suffered from postpartum anxiety after my first was
Mm,
born. And
mm.
growing up in a Latino household, when I would bring that up, people would look at me like I had three heads, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
totally.
como you had feelings and visions in your head of throwing your baby up in the air and not catching him.
But you always wanted to be a mom when you had a baby. How come you're sad? Yeah,
Right. And so that
yeah.
we need to continue that conversation. I give you so many flowers for even bringing that up
Thank you.
because the community, society, the older
Mm.
generation tells us not to. Like, you could deal with that
Yeah.
on your own. You don't need a therapist for that. You're not crazy, Dike.
No, but like we do, and we need support, and we need therapy, and we need to talk about it, and we need to be open about it. Like I think that was my biggest lesson during that journey. Like I needed to speak up. And now that I know what I was going through, because I had no idea what was happening, like, yeah, it's the hormones and whatever. And you're like, I think this is something else, And of course, I love my baby and I want to have one more. And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
yay!
like I mean, I can do it. But yeah, that was like a nuance to me, honestly. And I'm so grateful that I also went through that because that made me more like I'm stronger now because of that. That's how I feel.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
And every day is a challenge, of course, as you know, but
And
but it's like I feel stronger every day. Yeah.
showcasing to the LOLeros, even just talking about it is very empowering. Someone
Yeah.
out there is listening right now and knowing that you are still able to continue in your career even after going through that is going to it's going to shift minds a bit in the positive direction. So
I hope so. Yeah.
I think it's really important that we pay things like this forward. I felt like I had all this experience and some of them bad experiences after, during my postpartum. So I started to
Mm.
volunteer. I did work with the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists because
Mm.
I wanted the community to know that it's okay to talk about it. Let's elevate the subject. Let's not make
Yep.
it such a mystery. And speaking of mystery, the new show,
Yes.
um,
I
you like
love
that
it.
segue? You like that
Oh
segue?
yeah, I
Okay.
loved it. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, what's coming? Okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
know that we can
Flowers
talk.
to you. That was great.
Thank you. I'm receiving them. I love the spring. The spring has sprung, the flowers, the tulips, all of them. Listen, like I love murder mysteries so much. Like I know I'm not the only one out there who like is like on the edge of her seat. Like so I don't even know just by looking at the trailer like who did it. It's like the 2025 version of the game of Clue. You play the housekeeper that may have done it, may not have done it, may have been an accomplice. Like I don't want to give away any spoilers, but was this your first is this the first type of show like murder mystery type show that you've done?
Yeah, yeah,
Tell us
that's
about
such a
your
great
experience.
question.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been doing this for 20 years, and wow, this is the first time that I realized that this is my first time doing a murder mystery. It's so fun. It is so fun. And the scripts are so good. Like every word in the script, it's put in such a smart and funny way that you can't miss it. I remember, so I had my baby. She was 2 months when I got the audition, and my brain wasn't working, but the show was so good that I couldn't help myself. I was like, I need to audition for this. Even if I don't get it, I'm just gonna have fun with this because the scenes are great and they're juicy and they're full of like hints here and there. And my character, especially Elsyie Chayle, my character, she is full with she brings the humanity to the show. Like she brings a lot of humanity, and she's very sensitive and vulnerable, but she's very private and she's hardworking. She's a hardworking mom. She loves working at the White House. She loves her boss, and he's the one who dies
Yeah.
in the show. So this is huge for her too. And she can't make any mistakes at the White House, of course. And she made a mistake, but you have to watch the show because it's so good, and we all have like a moment to shine too. So episode 7, that I can say, it's like my episode, and I think
Mm.
that's when people understand more about the show. They understand more about Elsie's world, and they get to know her better, and then you'll see what happens at the end.
And I love that so much. And it really is like a game, like that you
Yeah, it is a
follow,
game.
and you're not going
Yeah.
to want to miss a single word. I can't wait to see
Yep.
all the clues. The show came
Oh
out,
yeah.
the show came out on Netflix on March 20th. How
Yeah.
how has your family responded to seeing you in this role?
Girl, this is wild. I've been getting so many beautiful messages from people from my teenage years. Like I got a message yesterday. I was a Girl Scout.
Yes, so was I.
And
Brownie. I never made
yeah,
it past
really?
brownie. Yeah, I was only a brownie, never made it to
Yay.
the Girl Scout. Never got the green uniform. That's why I'm wearing green today. But I love Girl Scout cookies. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's like we had it mixed. Like in Colombia, you have it mixed. So we were like boys and girls, but the better way to put it is like Girl Scouts. So we were like camping and all of that. And that was through my 15 to 17 years old of age. And my like the one of the guys from my group, he sent me a text yesterday. I haven't talked to him in 20 years, over 20 years.
Wow.
And he was so moved by the show, by my
Hmm.
performance, by my struggle, by my like the success that the show is having, and just me posting everything that I'm doing now. He was in tears, and of course I was crying afterwards.
Oh.
And that's very special, and I've never had that before. I know Griselda was incredible, but I think the residence is touching on so many like feelings, and touching to like so many hearts, that people are responding to that. So especially, of course, my family and my friends and my husband, we watched the show together, and I was just like holding his hand and just crying out of being so proud of being part of that. Like it feels surreal. So I think for my people also feels like, oh, she's doing something great and she's in a great show. So it is for everybody too. Like it's happening to me in some way, but it's happening to all of us.
What a great set also. Yo me imagino que being on a
Oh my
replica
God.
set of the White House, 132 rooms, like what was set life like?
Well, I've never been at the White House, not the actual one, but this one made me feel like I was in it. Like
Awesome.
every door, every painting, every book, every lamp, like the little things made of this incredible stages a beautiful set. And I think they had like 5 stages for like one for each floor of the White House.
Wow.
So they kept it the entire time. So we got to spend some time in this green room, and then the blue room, and then the yellow room. And then it's like, and it's part of the culture too, like if you go to, I don't know, to a documentary, and if you've been at the White House, you'll find the replica, and it's fascinating how they did it. Like they built it in such a perfect way that I was just like taking selfies all the time.
Oh,
I've been posting
awesome.
them now finally because I was
Awesome.
in awe, and my baby went to set. So I think my
Oh.
baby was 1 year old when she went to set with my husband and my sister, and she was just walking. She started walking, and then she was walking everywhere. She had no idea where she was, of course, but it was like she wanted to touch everything because everything looked delicious and amazing. So it was like that. It was incredible. Yeah.
Well, personally, I have a fascination with the White House, and I have had the privilege of being invited to the White House. So I got a tour. Let me know
Oh my
offline. I got
God.
a hookup if you want to ever go to DC and get a tour of the White House.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
do other volunteer work for this organization, and we were invited to the U.S. Senate. And shout out to all the fellow
Wow.
members of ECHO. And it was a full circle moment because I went to the White House 2 years ago in September. And as a child, I wrote one of the presidents a happy birthday card. Like I just wanted to send the president a happy birthday card.
Oh,
And he sent me back, well, the press team sent me back
yeah.
like a booklet that had page by page, like room by room descriptions of the White House. So then when I got to actually go and see these amazingly decorated rooms by former first ladies, the Jackie Onassis garden, the bowling
Oh my
alley, the movie
God.
theater, the China room, I and so now I have this deep fascination with your show because I can't wait to
Wow.
make all of that connect. What a great
Wow.
venue. Shonda, genius. Like what a great place to set a murder mystery in the White
Oh my
House.
God. Yeah, in the White House. This is inspired by a book called The Residence, that it's based on like real people that worked at the White House. So it talks about the staff at the White House. So they make that a murder mystery with those characters going through those lives and the everyday life of these people. And it's fascinating. So I yeah, I think Shondaland, she is I mean, Shonda Rhimes is a genius, and Shondaland, her team and everybody in her team is just amazing. You know, like everything they do, they put so much detail in it that you can't escape that. It just like grabs you right away. So you'll see it in the show, but of course, now that I'm behind the scenes, I can tell you that's why it's so successful because they make sure that you're well taken care of. I
Yeah.
had my baby, as I told you, and then they just made sure that I had the space for breastfeeding and pumping and
Oh,
like
I love that.
everything. My family was allowed to come to set, so I could be, I could feel good about working and just being with them too. Like they think about that, like just this little thing. The props team, they put every prop that Elsie, my character, would have in her purse. And you won't see, I mean, the audience will never see what's inside of the purse, but that was meaningful to me as me, like an actor playing someone, like trying to make it as real as possible. And they made that choice. And I'm like, you guys, I mean, that was very surprising. As I told you, I've been working on this for a long time, and I've never had to see that like firsthand. And yeah, I mean, she's changing the industry. She's making history for sure.
I love that. So you spoke a
Yeah,
little bit about the things that you love about Elsie. What do
yeah.
you want us, the viewers, to take away? What do you want us
Mm.
to love about Chelsea? Or
I
hate?
hope people it's hard to hate her actually.
Okay, good.
I think it's hard to hate her.
Good to know.
But I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe we'll have someone like, "Oh, well, I hate her." That could be too. I'm open to that. But I think it's I think she can move the audience. I think there's something very moving about her life and her struggles that people are going to feel related to. And
Okay.
that's been the most beautiful feedback that I've got that I'm getting from people like, hey, I feel related and I feel connected to her and I feel that her struggle feels like my struggle too. Yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers, but she has something with one of the guys from the staff. And that story, just oh my God, just the connection between them, it's so pure that is very refreshing to have that in the show. You know, like
Yeah.
you're like immersed in this murder mystery, and then you're like, oh, but I love these two. What's going on with these two? So I think people are gonna be surprised
I
by
love
the
that. And,
yeah
and
by
the
that.
the reason why I say love or hate is because I feel like with murder mystery shows, everyone is like guilty until proven innocent, you know?
Yeah,
So we don't know.
yeah,
Is she
yeah.
la buena o la mala?
She was la buena. She was ella muy buena. But the great part about this is that once you get to know her better, you're like, oh, maybe she did it. So it's not like you hate
Mm.
her, but you wanna know more about it. So yeah,
And
let's put it that way. Yeah,
I before we wrap this interview, I want to know a little bit more about you. You have a production company. You've been in the
yeah,
business for 20 years. You're in
yeah.
Hollywood navigating and maneuvering as a proud Latina. Okay,
Yep.
to I want to know, I mean, I don't mean to like Deborah Cox the game, like, how did you get here? But how did you get here? Like, how did like How did you get here? How did you know this is where you wanted to be? Or did you not know this is where you wanted to be? And you just, get here. Like you just got here.
Mm,
Tell us about your
I,
journey and your
well,
trajectory to this point.
okay. Okay, I'm from Colombia. I'm from Medellin, Colombia. I was born in a very, with loving parents. They supported me, and I found theater as a way for me to be like theater was my happy place growing up. Let's put it that way. I started doing theater when I was 13, and then I got my first audition when I was 17 for a feature film. I booked the job, I got the job, and then that was my first ever film and my first job ever. I got an award with that film, and then while I
Wepa.
was making the show, while I was making the film, I realized that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. There's nothing else I want to do, and that's that was 20 years ago. Like I moved to Bogota. I wanted to be in the capital because if you want to be an actor, you have to be in the capital. Like Medellin was very like closed for that type of like work. We didn't have much at the time, and now we do. But Bogota was like the place for you to be and act. I started just like I was an assistant for wardrobe, for costumes in commercials. I was working at a retail store. I was like doing everything I could. And then I started auditioning for bigger roles and like shows and like theater and films. And then, long story short, I worked nonstop as an actor for 10 years. I wanted to work in English. I really wanted to do that. And that's when I was like, I need to go somewhere else. I want to go either New York or LA, but I wanted to do films and TV. So I was like, maybe LA is the place.
Yeah.
And I moved here after I sold my apartment. I sold my car. I was like, I'm ready. I was I was on the like doing the paperwork for my O1 visa. So I applied for it. I got the O1 visa. I didn't have a job here in LA. I was just like, I just got to do this because why not? I want to be a mom eventually, but I need to do it now. Well, I don't have babies with me. So I made the move. Everybody was like very surprised in Colombia. They were like, but you're doing so well. I was like, I mean, thank God I was just receiving awards. I was in three shows at the time, at the same time on TV. I had a film coming out. I was like working nonstop, but I knew I wanted to challenge myself. And I knew that was the time. I was 28 at the time. I barely spoke English when I moved here.
Wow.
And I just have to do it. I mean, and it's been 10 years since I moved to LA. This is my 10th year. And it's been like, of course,
Felicidades.
gracias.
That's
It's been like ups
momentous.
and downs. Oh my God, like the struggle and the ups and downs and the cry that I've cried. Of course we've cried. And
Mm.
like my husband, he's been with me since I got here. I met him on the next day I moved here.
Wow.
I know it was meant to be. Long story short, we started dating like a few months after we met, but it was meant to be, and he's been with me since. Like I've been doing improv when I was like not speaking English at all. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. And I don't know if you can call it fearless or super brave or I don't know what that means, but I know I'm very persistent, and I always knew I wanted to be an actor. So for me, it's not about being on billboards or like being on the biggest budget film. It's not about that. I just want to perform and I want to serve stories and I want to contribute in that way and hopefully inspire more people that are dreaming about doing the same things that I'm doing now. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you for
I try to
sharing
summarize
that.
it
I know that
as
was
much as
in
I,
an
yeah.
that was a very
Okay.
abridged version, I'm sure, but very well said and eloquently spoken. So you've been doing this for a while, and I'm sure
Yeah.
you've been learning along the way. So now is the time. I like to ask this question of many of
Yeah.
my guests.
Yeah.
If you had a younger version of you, little, Juliette Cita is right in front of you and she wants to attain the level of success that you have, whether it's in entertainment or being a professional Girl Scout. I don't know. But like, for the sake of this question, I guess we should stick to a Latina navigating entertainment, moving from
Mm,
country to country, calling a new home home. What are some
mm.
tips for success that you would tell her knowing what you know now? Because she's listening.
Oh yeah, she is. I feel her. I think what's taking me the longest is to embrace my voice and embrace who I am in a different culture. Like I felt very comfortable working in Colombia. I felt like I could be just myself. But when I moved to LA, I felt like I needed to fit in a box. Like I could only be in a box. Like they put a label on you because you're Latina and that's it.
Mm.
And that was very frustrating for me. So I would tell to that little Juliet, like, you're gonna go for your dreams and you're gonna get everything you want because you're gonna work hard and you're gonna make sacrifices, but it's gonna be so worth it that you won't regret it. But just don't waste time not embracing who you are. Embrace who you are no matter what, and embrace what you can bring to the table, and embrace your story, and embrace your journey. Because it's all about that, like it's I mean, life is such a short, I mean, we spend so little on this planet that just make the best out of it. And I'm not saying that I haven't, but I wish in those like hard days that I faced, or like especially the downs, like being on the floor, like crying, like what's going on? What is wrong with me? When you get rejected, just like be confident about the fact that you're doing your best, and that eventually whatever you're dreaming about, it's gonna come to you, and your dreams always come true. So yeah, it's just me, yeah, inviting her to just not being afraid of showing herself like as she is, like, and embrace who she is no matter what.
Gosh, I love hearing that, especially from like actors and people who are given scripts and have to transform. The note
Yeah.
to be 100% authentically you
Mm.
is such a good
Oh yeah.
one. Because I think, like,
Yeah.
especially in acting,
Mm.
people are told, like, no, like, you're you at home, especially like being
Mm-hmm.
a Latina,
Yeah.
depending on what role you're going to depict. But
Mm-hmm.
now this notion of, and this wave, I'll say, because I think it's a wave across the board of coming to the
Mm.
table with who we are, because then we'll stand out more. Then we're
Yeah.
carving our own lanes, and
Yeah.
it's powerful.
I think it is, especially because of course I'm just trying to be myself. I mean, I am myself every day, and I do my best to like show up and not like never giving up and all of that. But of course I'm playing roles. So that role doesn't have to do anything with me. Especially I don't know, Marta in Griselda is like she's nothing like me. But just because I am Latina, I get the opportunity to represent my community, and having all these interviews and promoting the show and like doing all of this is like my time. It's just like so precious, just like to being able to share
Yeah.
what we can do as Latinas, and like all the things that we can bring,
Yeah.
like we're not only one thing. And that's been like the biggest lesson for me to also like to show the world.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing that depth to your characters, because it
Yeah.
certainly shows in your work. Yeah, I kind of felt like I knew you before today. I was like, gosh, I want to hang out with her. Like, just
Oh yeah, please, let's do. Yeah, let's do it.
like
I'm open to it.
watching you on Griselda and then watching
Oh
you in what I've seen of the residents. I'm like, she looks like
yeah.
a good time. Like, like
Well,
a fun.
I don't know if I'm as fun as Marta, but because she's like the next level. But I think I could be very fun.
So, what kind of fun are you having these days? Could you tell the LOLeros and I, like, any new projects that you're working on, or can you tease us with anything? Let us know.
I'm always working on something. It's crazy. Like even with my baby, I'm like, well, I don't have time, and then I'm just like, I have five different projects to work on. So with my production company, Blue Rabbit Films, we've been developing a show for TV and a feature film that we've been pitching and all of that. So maybe the next time we meet, it's to talk about that, because I'll be playing one of the leads in that show, and the
Wepa!
lead in the feature film. And I think that's why we do it. I mean, I created the company with my husband so we could be in control of our careers
Yes.
in some way, and just like I don't want to wait for the opportunity to come. I just want to create it. So that's me with my production company, just like creating stuff, like developing ideas, working with amazing people, like all of that. And I'm going to Chicago in a couple of days for the Chicago Latino Film Festival to promote Dear Gentlemen, Estimados Señores, which is a Colombian film that is going to open the festival, and I'll be there with the director, and I can't wait. Yeah,
Felicidades!
thank you. That's
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 so
coming. Yeah, that's
awesome.
happening. Yeah, and the baby and the life and like all of that. But yeah.
You're bringing the baby with you to Chi-Town?
I don't think this time. I don't think. Yeah, it's such a short trip. So
Okay.
now that yeah, and I'm gonna be super busy, but she's very excited about me going to Chicago, and she's been like, Chicago, mama. Like she's been repeating the word. She's never been, but she's like just repeating words nonstop. Um, so yeah, but I'm gonna miss her. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think we talk about that enough. Like
Mm,
we leave and we work and we do all of this, but it's like she's with me, even if she's not, all the time. So.
yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the journey. And I also want to set an example for her. I want to be an example for her. Like you can fight for your dreams, you can go for your dreams, you're capable, you're strong, you're smart, like you're like all of that. So I would love for her to see my job and what I do with so much love as an opportunity for her to inspire her and go like to go for her dreams. Yeah.
Well, bueno, mamita, she's listening. She's been listening since she was in utero,
Mm.
and she's
Yep.
seeing mommy hustle. And whatever
Yep.
she chooses to be, she's gonna get that grit and that hustle from you,
Yeah, I hope so.
which
I hope so.
it's really amazing to see these little humans appreciate that, right?
Oh yeah.
Like my little ones, they constantly make me cry. Usually because they eat all my food and drain me of all my money. But no, they they make me cry sometimes with what I receive. Especially my little one.
Mm,
He's 6. I'm like, oh yeah, you were with mommy in my belly when I was performing comedy on stages, like rolling around. So of course you're a little joke teller, you know?
of course. Yeah.
He's like an old Jewish comedian. He's like, Ma, what's for supper? Like he's just so his delivery, his timing. Like speaking of improv, I don't know if he's taken like improv courses because he's so good with timing and yes anding.
Wow.
He'll yes and me to death.
Wow.
It's so crazy. It's like a nonstop. We gotta take this show on the road. But it's
Wow.
it's just amazing how and somebody told me this too because I didn't really like see it. I was just like when I
Mm,
became a mom, I was only a mom, I put myself
mm,
in that box where like career, leisure, pot, everything was on the
yeah.
side and I was in the mom box. I'm like, okay, I'm in
Mm,
this box and I can't, I'm just going to stay in here. And then somebody was like, you can't forget who you are and what makes you
yeah.
happy. And then they're going to
Mm,
learn more from that than you being
yeah.
helicopter mom and hovering
Oh yeah.
24/7. Do you agree?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I want to raise an independent girl, I want her to be independent. I want it to be, and she's very funny too. Like she is even like repeating stuff that we're laughing at, and we're like, where did she get that from? And my husband is a composer and musician, so she loves music too. So it's
Oh,
like
I love
she is
that.
like she's grabbing everything all the time, like words. She's talking like nonstop, but she's repeating everything we do. So I know everything I do is gonna like it's gonna be an example for her. So I hope she feel inspired by it, and I hope she takes a little bit of that, and if she does just like 2% of what I'm like trying to show her every day, I'm like, okay, my job here is done. So that's the work we're doing. Yeah, that is the work.
Ay, chica, felicidades. Like, good for
Gracias.
you. You're
Thank you
doing,
so so much.
and you're doing everything with such grace, and you look like a
Mm,
genuinely happy person, which is so, I mean, it's hard to stay, especially with the state of Hollywood and the fight
yeah,
and telling our stories and having productions green lit. Like,
yeah.
I just really love absorbing this energy right now.
Oh,
And I know the listeners will too. Are there
I hope so.
any words of advice that you have for people, life advice, entertainment advice, or just what are words that you live by? What do you wake up in the morning and tell
Uh,
yourself?
I follow my instinct
Mm.
every day. I'm like, okay, how am I feeling? What do I want to do? Like if it's not a hell yeah, then it's a no, So it's like that in every single decision I make every day in my life. It feels like I need to be connected to whatever I'm feeling and fighting for a dream, like pursuing a dream. It's so challenging that you need to be connected to it because it's gonna be hard no matter what. But if it's your call, you're going to enjoy the ride no matter what. And it's going to be fun and it's going to be great and it's going to be inspiring for you and for the people that you have surrounding you. So yeah, I think it's a lot of heart and passion and hard work and enjoy the ride because it's so short anyway, like everything passes and it's like, okay, what's the next thing? And then you're like, okay, I just gotta enjoy what I do. And my dad always taught me to do everything with love.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what that is. It doesn't matter if it's my first day at work or my last day or or if I don't have a job, how much love I'm putting into the things that I'm doing. So yeah, I think
It
that's it.
shows. And you said it, life is short. And so is your hair,
Life
by
is
the
short.
way. You guys, not only is
Yes,
she
it
like,
is short.
she's the bomb actress, but she also gives back. Do you want to tell people quickly, like how you
Oh
donated your hair?
yeah. Yeah, this is my second time doing it. I donated it last year. This is I mean there are like a lot of organizations that do this for people with cancer and there's one called Wigs for Kids and I found it online and I was like I always wanted to do that. My hair grows really fast
Mm.
and I didn't have any color in it. I was like, it was like virgin. So I just donated it last year, September, I think. And the first time I did it was in pandemic, like in COVID. And it felt so good. Like not only because you're giving something that can help someone, but because you're like also, it's refreshing too, like I always feel good about like doing something that's gonna help me, and of course doing something that's gonna like help someone else. So it's like a win-win no matter what. And I might cut it again. I don't know, or if I get it, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do, but it's very nice. And my sister was the first one to do it in the family, and that's why I was like, a few years ago, I was very inspired by that. So maybe if someone is listening to this and I don't know has the I don't know wants to do it. I think it's so great. Like just like giving something to help someone that it's not costing you anything. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So look into
it
that,
is
guys.
great.
Wigs for Kids. I love shouting
Yeah,
out organizations.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just dedicated an episode to a charity challenge called
Mm.
Podcathon, where we
Oh.
highlighted another organization that is close to my heart called the People's Theater, which is a theater
Mm.
project here based in a very Dominican neighborhood in Washington Heights that cultivates the theater professionals of the future. So
Mm.
I want to dedicate this episode to Wigs for Kids. Hopefully, people Google
Oh,
it and check it
yeah.
out. And I
It's
also
beautiful
want
what
to,
they do.
that's awesome. Thank you for elevating awareness of that organization. Thank you for being on the show. You guys, LOLeros, if you're under a rock, if you're not already following Julieth Restrepo, her Instagram page is so fun. You just did a TV appearance. You're so cute on
Thank
was it
you. And I've been
California?
posting everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I love your feed. It's very fun. And make sure you check her out in The Residence, which is on Netflix now, streaming.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen
Yes.
Griselda, binge that too.
What are
And
you waiting? Yeah, let's go. Yeah,
let's
go and watch
go.
it. Yeah, let's go.
Thank you so much for being on Latinos Out Loud. Amiga, gracias. Thank you for your energy. It's so great. I cannot
Oh,
wait to watch the show and to watch you and how you move forward.
oh,
Pa'lante,
thank you so,
pa'lante.
so much. Thank you, Palante. Yeah, let's support each other. I think it's all about that. I mean, if we support each other, we don't feel alone and we feel like we have this community. So,
Yeah.
yeah, everything we do, it is for not only for us, but for everybody. So let's do it together. It's more fun. Yeah.
La puerta está abierta, just so you know. So if you ever want to come back and
Thank you.
enjoy a Dominican sancocho with me virtually, or if maybe, whatever it is, let's stay connected.
Ooh,
I want to thank Kelly and your whole team who've been
thank
so
you. Yes.
understanding because I forgot to say thank you because we had this scheduled a couple of weeks ago. And I swear, te lo juro que like 3 minutes before the call, I got a phone call from the school that my kid had a head injury. I had to run
Oh
to
my
the
God.
school. Un chichón más grande que el día. Like,
How is he?
he's fine. They're a lot
Okay. Oh my
tougher.
God.
Aren't they so much more durable than they like seem? You know?
Oh my God, they're so strong. They're capable, strong, smart, and yeah. And you're like, oh, but they're so little. Oh, well, they might look little, but they're not. I mean, they're so like powerful. Yeah, totally.
I had heart
I agree.
palpitations like on my way to the school. I called the pediatrician. I'm like, just so you know, we'll be there in a little while because Benji got a headache.
Oh,
And then like I did the whole like
mm.
test of like look this way, look that way, look up, look down, follow my finger. I did that like I kept him right next to, like I admittedly I still am a little bit of a helicopter mom. It's cuz well there's so many reasons, but and I know we have to end this episode, but I don't really want to. It's just that like
That will always be, as moms, I think we just want to keep an eye on everything because I mean, they're all our babies. So
my
what can you do about it? Even
babies.
when they're 20 or like 30, I mean, it's like, now I understand why I'm always going to be the baby for my
Yeah.
mom, like
Yes.
I have a little sister, but it's like we're babies for them,
For
for my
life.
parents.
That's
Yeah,
it.
for life.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I'm glad and I'm happy and I want to be there for my baby
Yeah.
too. So I just rather have her telling me like, "Mom, stop," than just like maybe where's my mom and what like I miss her, like whatever. I'm like, no, I'm here for you. I want to be here. I don't want to miss a thing,
Yeah.
like anything. So that's the joy too of being a mom. And it's scary sometimes and it's intense. I think that's the very like the best word to put it. Like it is
Yeah.
intense in so many ways, like so much love and so much like it's scary and all of that, but it is so worth it too.
It's so worth it.
So,
And talk about acting. Like when I got to the school, I didn't want to scare him. When I saw the
Of
chichon, I was like,
course.
hi, come here. It's no big deal. You're going to be okay, But in my head,
Oh,
I was bugging out. I was like,
of
oh
course.
my God,
And
I
the
mean,
Academy Award goes to.
thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to really thank the moms and dads that have taught me to just wear thick skin on the outside and it's okay to
Oof.
melt on the inside, okay?
Yeah, that's so true, but that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. And you're doing great. I mean, just from this conversation, I know you're doing great. And I mean, big shout out to all the moms out there.
Shout out to all the
And the dads
moms
too. I
and
mean,
the
we love
dads.
a committed dad. We love that.
Absolutely. And the
Yeah.
stepdads and the
Oh yeah.
nannies and all the
Yeah.
other the villages, because where
We
would I
need to
be
take care
without
of
the
our
village?
we need to take care of our babies. No matter it doesn't matter who does it, but we need to take care of them. Like, yeah, 100%. So this was great.
It
I
was
I
so
knew I was gonna
fun.
have I knew I was gonna have some fun, but this was just like yeah, beyond whatever I imagined. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Juliet. I really love doing this. Every episode, my heart flutters in a different way. And for this episode, for me, it was self-reflective. Just talking
Hmm.
about postpartum and motherhood and the grind and attaining your dreams and what it takes to do that and influencing the little ones. And that was the episode recap. But I also feel like what you're doing is momentous. We have to celebrate what you're doing in this
Thank
time
you.
during this administration,
Yeah.
the work that it's taking just to survive and be different nowadays. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for being so forthcoming and so candid with us.
Oh no, thank you. This is a safe space.
It
So that's
is.
how I feel. I feel safe here. So thank you for everything you do, and hopefully people will get to watch The Residents and have fun with it and forget about the world and just connect with the show and the characters, and maybe they'll find out who did it.
I love that. Oh my
Well,
gosh. I
they
can't wait
watch
to
it.
I'm
It's
going to
so
be
fun. It's
binging.
so fun. I've been getting so many messages also from people saying like, okay, so I'm on episode 4. I think this person did it. No, I think this other person did it. You did it. No, he did it. Like it's like that. It's so fun. So maybe someone watching the show will be like, oh, maybe that person did it, and maybe they'll be right.
I love it. I grew up with the game of Clue. I love Clue so much. So this for me is like a nerd out moment. Oh my gosh. I love escape
At the White
rooms, like
House.
all of it at the
Yeah.
freaking White House. Eloeleros, this has been another amazing. I hope you are just as inspired as I am from this episode. You can follow me at Rachel La Loca. Follow Julieth Restrepo. She's got so many followers, and also follow Blue Rabbit Films. Some really exciting and engaging content on both pages. You can follow the show at We Are Latinos Out Loud. Check out our website. We've got a freaking website. It's wearelatinosOutloud.co. Don't go to .com because a Chinese company bought that and it's in Chinese. You won't understand what it says. Go to wearelatinosOutloud.co. latinos.co. You could also call us at 978 Latinos. That's the phone number. And on that note, we out.
It's the Latinos Out Loud podcast.